All right, to another conversation now. As Africa seeks new engines for sustainable growth, a central question emerges. How can research and technology be transformed into real economic and social value, despite a growing pool of innovators and scientific talent? Much of the continent's research output remains under-commercialized, limiting its impact on industries, jobs, and communities. Conversation now turns to bridging that gap, exploring how collaboration among universities, governments, and private sector can unlock innovation. Joining me now for this conversation, we have Professor Eukaria Nwaichi, a board member of Triple Helix Nigeria. Great to have you on the show.
Nice to be here. Thanks, Gladys.
All right, so tell me, what does turning research and technology into value, what does that mean in practical terms for Africa's development journey?
You can see translating research and technology into value. For me, it means ensuring that the knowledge, the products, and the innovation that come out from universities or knowledge institutions in general really move from shelves to the marketplace so that they can begin to create solutions that will create the improved life that we're seeking, and also jobs in the market, as well as strengthening economies. So it's about connecting ideas to industries and innovation to investment, so that if, for example, we have a waste treatment process developed in the laboratory, they can be a scalable green technology. Just like you can have a medical diagnosis tool, getting to rural communities, accessing them, which is desirable in a climate. So for Africa, transformation is really very fundamental in this, having us shift from being consumers of global technologies now to creators and exporters of technologies and solutions that connect with our realities.
Yeah, that would be great to see, Africa exporting technology. But how would you describe the state of research commercialization and technology transfer in Nigeria and across Africa today?
Yeah, you see, we are making progress. That's what I can see. But then we still have a long way to go. If you look at it now, there is an incredible research output coming out from the knowledge institutions in Africa. But translation is really moving at a snail pace, meaning that only a fraction of our research outputs have been able to make it to the market or have been able to inform policy, which is, again, desirable. So we are seeing positive shift, though, because there is now a rise of innovation laboratories, fellowships, IP offices in universities and research institutes, innovation hubs. We are seeing that coming, and even funding mechanisms. So what that tells us is that the effort by agencies like NCDMB, TED Fund, African Development Banks to support applied research is yielding dividend, but something is still missing. A coordinated innovation ecosystem needs to happen. This will link the research, entrepreneurship, and then the policy in a seamless value chain.
So what major gaps will you say are still preventing, research outcomes, from translating into, real economic or social value? And where do you see the most promising opportunities for change?
There are gaps that could include weak linkages between universities and industry. And also the awareness for the IP, the intellectual property, is very limited. How about funding? The funding that helps us to move prototype development or even innovation for early stage. We don't have enough of that, so that's affecting us. Policy frameworks also hasn't been balanced. So we have policies, but we need to have a very balanced enabling frameworks around the policies. But opportunities are bound for sectors like agriculture, clean energy, climate, health technology. These are very ripe for technologies that are locally informed to come in and strengthen the incubation ecosystem to provide incentives for researchers to keep connecting with industry, which is the way to go. so we can make in Africa a leapfrog from the traditional industrialization path. Yeah.
Right. I know you've been advocating, a university industry go collaboration model. How does this model, how does it accelerate innovation and value creation in our context, Nigeria?
Yeah, the triple helix model that we preach at Triple Helix Nigeria is a model that connects three actors that are very important: the university, or call it academia, industry, and government, because these people get into shared conversation and co-creation, and something innovative happens. Why? Because each of these three brings something very essential to the table. The universities are bringing knowledge and talent. The industry is making it scaled through providing capital and markets. And then the government gives the policy and enabling infrastructure. So you can see that these are essential elements in that triangle that needs to make it happen. So when they work in synergy, I can tell innovation becomes not only realized, but sustainable. In Nigeria, this approach will help us to align our research priorities with that of the national needs and market realities. Yeah, so transforming innovation from these isolated working in silos and now into a coordinated ecosystem that can give value that we can all see and connect with.
Right, and I'm also wondering the kind of conversations you're having, in your quarters there. Help us unpack how, you can, some of these strategies can be used in building a stronger innovation, ecosystem that, makes some African countries, some African, companies actually the first, when it comes to some of these, big ideas we see in the world.
Yeah, our biggest strategy for Triple Helix Nigeria is our vision, which is very ambitious. Our vision 10, 10, 10, 10, quadruple 10, meaning that 10 knowledge institutions will hold at least 10% equity in 10 listed public companies in the next 10 years. This is our biggest vision that we have developed a blueprint and innovation policy around it to achieve it. We are already tracking. So building a stronger innovation ecosystem requires this deliberate structure and policies that we have put in place. First, you must invest in research, infrastructure, talent development, and then incentivize partnerships, especially between the knowledge creators and the industry that will make it scaled. Then you co-fund projects. This way, partnerships are activated. So we also can think about the third one as fostering entrepreneurship by supporting innovation-driven startups and protecting that IP environment. Finally, what we can do is to promote regional collaboration, because research evidence has it that innovation flourishes when ideas and markets are connected across borders seamlessly. So our Triple Helix Nigeria's vision 10, 10, 10, 10 built precisely around these levers.
All right, so what are you seeing coming now in terms of trends, that you're seeing helping, Africa commercialize research, really, and I would like to gauge your optimism around that.
Okay, so the conversations are actually shifting from research output now to research outcome, because the research output is more like the short-term results from our research, but the outcome is the enduring one. So we are shifting from output to outcome, moving from publish or perish to now innovate or just remain irrelevant. That's where we're headed. And now a few exciting trends are emerging. We're seeing stronger emphasis on innovation diplomacy, which basically means that many researchers from our client, Africa, are being connected to global networks so they can leverage resources and infrastructure to make a very big leap. Also, the rise in university-based innovation, parks, technology incubation hubs, research to market acceleration programs, and fellowships are newer trends. We also have digital tools like the one coming out from our Triple Helix Nigeria network called the Renoir, and AI that making it easier for prototype testing and scaling solutions to happen very quickly because you have a crowd of diverse interested people, the researchers, the government, the entrepreneurs, and even venture capitalists, all in one place, looking for solution providers and those who can connect with them to make it, more adept. Another trend is impact-driven funding. That's very interesting in our world today. Investors now want you to showcase measurable social and environmental outcomes, no longer writing beautiful proposals, but how does it tie to social? How does it tie to environmental outcomes? So this impact-driven funding is another one. So the conversations are signaling that a system, an ecosystem is ready for research commercialization across Africa. And that's why our conference, Triple Helix Nigeria Science Business Conference, happening in Abuja this month from 15th to 17th, has carved the theme to be strengthening collaborative ecosystem for sustainable innovation and economic growth. So this is roundly structured around these trends that I have identified.
All right, so, definitely when we hear industrialization in Africa, we mostly think about, what's holding us back, as a continent when it comes to, stable power supply and all the other things that help, a country industrialize. So what key steps will you say policymakers, universities, and industry leaders, what steps do you think they should be taking right now to make sure African innovations actually scale and, can be sustained globally?
Yeah, so we have examples that can show us that sustainability is here with us. One example is in the oil and gas sector that we've seen partnership fostered through our own Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board has given results, helping local innovators develop and deploy technologies in Nigeria that were once imported. Now we can harvest locally. In bioremediation research, which is my own area of research, we have brought a lot of evidences that moved from university laboratories into pilot scale applications. And these have been, we have developed and shown evidence of high cleanup potentials, even applications in the Niger Delta communities, cleaning oil polluted soils. Another one in this same oil and gas sector is that invention by Dr. Dutola Toyin of the University of Port Harcourt. She calls it a hydrate loop. It's also indigenous by her. It's an eco-friendly innovation in flow assurance, also addressing gas production needs. So she had patronage in the oil industry. We also have, if I remember, yeah, the Cypher-Crescent power solver is also another one in the oil and gas sector, which is making a lot of waves, especially in the Niger Delta. It's a homegrown digital platform that integrates data analytics and engineering intelligence to optimize oil field assets and performance. So we also have seen, not just limited to oil and gas sector, in the medical field, that this young man, Kele Augustine, that has something he called the rapid Medicare. So this also has shown to make a community, a healthcare technology company, now making the unified patient's electronic health record. So this way, people can have telemedicine work in real time. So I think that these examples are proven that when we connect research funding, policy support, and industrial uptake, science, and all of us, the research outputs put together, we can drive and improve their livelihood ecosystem that we want to see.
All right, it would be great to see a budget including more spending on R&D in countries like Nigeria. But thank you so much, Professor Eucharia Nwaichi. She's a board member, Triple Helix Nigeria. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you.